Jolan true, Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Pod. I am Admiral Tarek of the battleship RAS Fetus as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and right now we are turning the screws up on the planet located at 9-5. Its planet has really resisted quite a bit of our efforts. It is very truly neutral, but it will serve to be the linchpin in our brand new line against the Federation, the Marek, and the Klingons, as well as also be relatively close to keeping an eye on the Lyrans, but that will be for a much further future campaign. But for now, let us continue to bash away at the Federation, and, well, not really actually Federation here. We're going to go on a shipyard assault. Why? Well, we're a gigantic dreadnought, so really we should be going on these missions quite a lot. They are very effective at taking these out, and as we've seen, we can deal something in the neighborhood of almost 400 damage with one round of shooting. Set our systems to overload. Ooh, we are a little bit dented from last mission still, aren't we? Yes, that's right. We did not come out of the last episode in all that great shape. We are currently squaring off against a heavy cruiser, which I do believe is... No, it's not. I thought it was a Reliant class, but it is not. You are a NCAX, so a new heavy cruiser. And you, my friend, are a BBX, so a full-on battleship. Today we are also supported by IKV Merciless, a B-11X battleship, one of the largest vessels that the Klingons can get their hands on. So let's focus on what is important. Hopefully the heavy cruiser will go off to fight the B-11 so we can focus on the dreadnought, but I wouldn't be 100% positive that's going to happen at all. So let's keep going on the housekeeping operations. Shields fully reinforced to full power, 4 points of ECCM, 2 points of ECM. That way we can just keep him from only having to dump 1 point of ECM to stop our 1 point of... Yeah, we're spending enough energy that he's got to spend some energy in order to negate our ECM. And the main reason we're going so heavily on the ECCM is because, well, we need to hit harder than he does. Quite frankly, we're not all that fussed about him firing back. Well, granted, he has a lot of phaser firepower, but at the end of the day, his heavy weapons are just not up to snuff when compared to us. And are you going to continue to come in after us? Because I don't want to shoot my plasma torpedoes at you. I want to save them for your friend, who's much, much more dangerous. But if you keep coming, I'm going to have to. We will select an R and an S-type plasma torpedo, as this should be enough firepower to make him go, oh my god. And fire that, and let's see if that can bait out a wild weasel. We did fire from a little bit longer range, but that is an R-type plasma torpedo. Hopefully he will take that and believe that it is as terrifying as it looks, and he did. Excellent. So we will push on past him and go after this vessel. Although, it's really tempting. Yeah, that's how we're going to play this. You're going to go harass and harass, play with him, enjoy him. And we're going to continue to focus our heaviest firepower on the BBX. This is the primary target, it's the most important target to kill. He has deployed his own fighters. Prepare plasma torpedoes. We will once again trick him into ducking in front of our pseudo-plasma torpedoes. This should be a decent enough range. Engage with all of that. What you going to do with all that plasma heading your way? Will you stare it down and show determination and grit? Or will you flinch? He flinched! Aha! To be fair, well, the AI doesn't know how to make use of probes, and if he did, well, the AI would immediately launch a probe the moment we had done that to see what was the status of our weapons. And finding that our weapons were basically at full power, he would have just stared it down. We do need to wipe you out. Phasers to overload status. I want to make sure that he dies. Excellent, that worked out perfectly. All up and select plasma. Get ready for the big blast. Unfortunately, you are going quite slowly, and your acceleration is not huge. There goes our... oh, that was a... Was that your weapons fire, or was that the scatter pack? Hopefully that'll work out. Oh, no, you fired. Of course that'll work out. So, crunching down on his shields. His forward shield's held. Oh, my god. I'm stunned. Tractor defense is active. We will now defend ourselves against the incoming weapons fire. Let's turn around. I'm really surprised that you just ate all that. So continue to turn. Let's bring the bow away. The bow shields have collapsed at this time. And we'll also get some damage in on the rest of them. 1/5 of the damage is going to not be... 1/5 of the damage is going to be blocked by his defensive weapons. But 5/6 of it, at double damage, is going to get his actual ship. Disappear time. It's time to just duck on out of this one. So we'll let him do whatever he wants. We're perfectly happy to allow him to do this. Defender ship destroyed. Excellent. And we still have both pseudo-frigates. So it's the Yamamoto. Harass this guy. harass him as much as you can. Set our plasma torpedoes to normal mode. We don't need the all-encompassing effect. I am truly surprised that his forward shield are still up. Although, he did drop them in order to drop the mine, which I think he's regretting now. He took 24 damage in order to do that, which is not exactly a grand trade. I would like to come out of close to shoot at him, but I'm not willing to risk it. He's got a lot of incoming weapons fire. If he's got a WoW weasel, he should deploy it now. It doesn't look like he does, and so he takes some damage from us. Don't do that. Do not do that. We're quite close to him, and I don't want to get hit by your mines. Come out of cloak. He does have a stern-firing photon torpedo, which I was anticipating. Tractor defense is engaged, or at least it should be. Our defensive plasma is operating at peak efficiency. Continue to blast away. We will have a couple of plasma torpedoes to send out his way. Our forward R's not quite ready to rock yet. And we do need to keep on top of some repair work. This and this were both dented quite heavily. So let's continue to shoot. We've got a nice R-type plasma torpedo heading out his way. He has no defense for that, and a nice 46 points of damage getting through on that one. No shields, only trying to defend it with his Gatling phasers. He is just out of range to engage us with those Gatling phasers. Let's increase the speed a bit, see if we can get a little bit more maneuverability out of this, because we do need to get that another R-type plasma torpedo onto target. We got incoming enemy fire, but our defensive plasma torpedoes should cut this down decent enough, but we should be fine. Excellent. Continuing to plink away with full charge phasers. Let the overload do the talking, and there we go. We got another R-type plasma torpedo going out. That'll hit nicely right no, I was hoping it would go right between his cells, but instead slamming into the port side, and he dies to a pseudo-frigate. How sad for you. So, excellent work, everybody. Managed to take out the primary defenders. Let's make sure that we are reinforcing that forward shield, because it's incredibly weak. And it's time to call these guys home, just for a little bit of patchwork. I don't anticipate needing too much work done on them. Plasma torpedoes back to enveloping mode, and increase the speed of time, because this is going to be a long trip. Increase the speed of the vessel itself. Let's watch our power screen so we know how much energy we are spending. All that battle taking place well out of range. We weren't really keeping track of what happened to that heavy cruiser, but apparently our pseudo-frigates and the B-11 were more than enough firepower to completely crunch it down. Excellent work, guys. And by the time we make it there, we should have a decent amount of firepower ready to rock. Although, according to this, our starboard side plasma torpedoes are currently unloaded and need to be reloaded. Because really, they're just AMDs with a different skin. That's pretty much what they are. And starting to reach range, and I will continue to go for it just for a little while longer. Slow down the vessel, slow down this, and of course prepare a massive pseudo-bombardment, because we know for a fact what he can do with pseudo-plasma torpedoes. He does have a defensive... Ooh, this is a Gorn station. Interesting. Slow down, make sure that we have enough energy into the forward shield that we can bounce anything that we want, and fire the pseudos. We want to make sure that we can actually hit our target. I wonder if we can actually tractor beam this thing. I want to find out. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to shut that off. That was dumb. I need to come into defenses, turn that off completely, because that has ruined several plans. Okay, that's shut down. Wait for the attack shift to go away and continue to slow down. We don't want to be too close. By the time, hopefully, this attack shift will go away and we will be able to shoot at him. There we go. Without basically shooting ourselves in the face. So a massive amount of plasma shatters him in one round of shooting. Unfortunately, we have no pseudo-torpedoes, but we have now shut off our defensive systems. So we will be able to basically bounce everything off the forward shield. And I'm actually going to try that. No, because it'll pick up within range where we'll take splashback damage from it. So check over here, make sure we're putting enough power into this, increase the speed of time to full, and steadily and slowly make our way over to the shipyard. They're well enough armored that they can be annoyingly difficult to have to deal with, but not powerful enough that, they could stop us. They can only delay us and delay our victory. It looks like our pseudo-torpedoes are ready to go once again. Fire the pseudos. Fire the pseudos, or were you not? No, they're not quite ready. We did, however, bounce everything that he can do. And slow down more, and come in here, and we will try to tractor beam. We're going to go nice and slowly as we come in here. We want to make sure the tractor beam engages at maximum range. If we get too close, bad things will happen. Also, that Dreadnought is destroyed. So, as soon as pseudo-torpedoes are ready, we will just absolutely open a can. Slow down a bit more, and speed down to normal time, because that actually does make a difference in this game in the way it works. Can I fire pseudo-torpedoes, or are we going to get within range? Can I tractor it? I don't even know if I can tractor it. And bouncing more power off that. Don't think we're going to be able to do it. It doesn't look like... Alright, I'll stop. Increase the speed of time. Wait for the pseudo-torpedoes to be fully charged. Yes, we are literally sitting here waiting for fake plasma torpedoes to get ready just to bait them out. Hey! What was that? Craziness. He's dead. 3, 2, 1. Good night. That is the one reason why I am not a super huge fan of shipyard assaults. They take a while. They're not super fun. And they take a while. So, operation successfully completed. 450 prestige now in our bank account. The planet still holds. What the heck? Just die already. Another shipyard assault. I would prefer not to, but if you won't give me any choices on it. We just want this planet. That's all we're looking for. Oh, goodness. No. What are you? You're a BBX. You're a BBX. 2 battleships versus 1 battleship. Huh. No. Yes? No. We shouldn't. We should run now while we can still run. Because those battleships have enough firepower to rip open our shields and completely annihilate us. We've already seen that they can hold off our entire massive barrage of heavy weapons fire. Yeah, it's running time. As much as I would love to try and square off against the very greatest that the Federation has to offer, I don't want to be that suicidal. And that's what this would be. This is 2 heavy battleships. This is the most powerful ships in the entire Federation fleet, and I include battleship carriers in that simply because the AI can't make full use of a battleship carrier. If we tried to fight them, we would lose. That is a fact. The simple fact of the matter is that a Federation battleship doesn't have nearly as much Alpha Strike potential as we do, but he's got more than enough phaser firepower to make up for that. Especially with phaser X's, we would get picked apart. Bit by bit, our shields would collapse, and by the time our weapons came around for a second strike, we wouldn't be there. So as interesting as that fight would be, I'm not willing to risk our gigantic and incredibly expensive King Condor on a mission like that. If we had some support, I might give it a shot, because the support might distract the other battleship long enough for us in order to win. But that is not a mission that I am quite willing to throw myself away at. An asteroid base assault or data recovery. We'll go with a base assault. After all, we did run away from one siege mission, so we may as well get another one in. And another mission accepted. Rock and roll. The vessel looked kind of like a heavy cruiser. Might be a light cruiser. And just take note, we are heading towards the left side of the map. Plasma torpedoes, we will of course set them to enveloping mode, and taking up quite a bit of power. Although we can still actually drive while charging enveloping plasma torpedoes and all our heavy weapons. Shields to the front and maximum reinforced. The auxiliary battery, cycle that, make sure it's not active, and increase the speed of time. As we'll rush on into combat at full speed, I guess. Yeah, it was a heavy cruiser. It is a battle cruiser. It is not a BC, I'm sure. Yep, it's a BCV. So you, my friend, are a battle cruiser carrier. And you are also escorted by, ooh, you're an X-type ship, you're an XCB. This is actually an interesting fight now. Okay, so 2 battleships would run away from. 2 heavy cruisers, technically they do outgun us. Especially him. His heavy plasma torpedoes are going to be a nightmare to fight. But I think we got a chance. So we're going to try and trick him again with another light barrage of pseudo-plasma torpedoes. We don't want to waste too much energy on this one. We do want to save some so that we can distract him with our plasma. But we are going to basically slam him with everything that we've got. Come over here, set up 4 points of ECCM, 2 points of ECM, bounce a little bit of forward weapons off the forward shield, and get ready to engage with this one and this one. Because we are going to probably turn to port to deal with those fighters. Stand by for pseudo engagement. Engage the pseudos. Come to port. Set weapon defenses to fully active. I want you to shoot down all the fighters you can. And he did flinch. Okay, excellent. Now we are engaging with our long-range plasma torpedo. Oh, that's a lot of firepower coming in. Keep blasting. You're dead. How about you? Nope, don't have anything to do with it. Target you. Slow down. So we did take out all the fighters at this point. You, all plasmas, pseudo engage, full power. And I don't have a good angle here. Engage with phasers on the path by, but we're going to go through and hit the bombardment cruiser. And he's going to high energy turn. He's going to get 4 photon torpedoes basically dead on us. We are, however, in a reasonably good position to fight this. Okay, there goes most of his shield. Plasma torpedoes are ready to rock. The attack ship is still there. Got to slow down. Forward shield, full reinforcement now. And wait for him to pick up the pace. Wait for him to pick up the pace. Now. All the plasma, he will, right on schedule. Excellent. Forward weapons, prepare to engage. Now that the shields are down, hit him hard. Excellent. Marines, let's get these guys on board and go, go, go. That's 10 Marines on board. That won't be a full capture yet. One more ought to do it. You, however, are getting an S-type plasma torpedo to the face. There we go. That got out there. Torpedoes back to normal mode. We are going to focus on the bombardment cruiser. It's the greatest threat right now, even though we do have our Marines working on it. Ow! That's why he's the greatest threat. I mean, we hit him with quite a bit of firepower, knocked out all of his shields, and he still just gutted a shield at us. So continue to come around, engage with the phasers. We want to just lash out into him. If you can get Marines on board. Come on, Marines at any moment now. There we go. Marines are away. That ship's ours. We just got to stay out of his firing arcs until we have him. Let's come over here, repair the engines, patch that defensive... no, not that one. I want the phasers back. The phasers are going to be critical here. And unfortunately, he is getting on my tail. I'm not really happy about this. He's got quite a lot of damage in through. How are the Marines working? Faster, please. We've got 15 to his 4. Okay, so we do need to keep the repairs going. Get off my tail. His maneuverability is much higher than ours. He's going to be able to stick there if he wants to, which he does. Because having a hole against a dreadnought is a huge deal. Patch you entirely. And the 360 mount we're going to do. 2 is not yet ready to go. 1 for phasers. It is relatively close range, so really we should be engaging as best as we can. We're going to take that hit on the stern. No, nothing we can do about it. Luckily, we have captured the MNR. The MNR is now working for us. So continue to engage. Plasma torpedoes are up. 2 plasma torpedoes in his direction. I am anticipating a wild weasel. Unless you didn't prep one. Nope, we got good hits on that. Good. We will bounce this because we do have enhanced shields right now. Plasma torpedoes as you bear. I really need to come out a little bit harder here. Keep patching those engines. We took quite a bit of damage from this from the engine. Defensive torpedoes are more than doing their job. We're going to make sure that we stagger fire these R-type plasma torpedoes. Oh no, he's lost his shuttle base, so we can just engage with everything that we've got. Make sure that he suffers everything. That took him out. Good job. And we have a helper. An XCB is a very useful opponent. Let's see exactly which direction are we pointing in. Okay, we do need to keep turning. Increase the speed of the vessel. Set to enveloping plasma torpedoes because we have a starbase to destroy. So the MNR is now on our wing and apparently not all that badly damaged. Cruising around at quite high speed. Very glad that we managed to capture the X-ship. The X-ship will help out greatly. Keep patching the engines. We have 4 more points of energy to recover. And more phasers. If you don't mind. And then this one. And that, this and this, because we may not get home. We may have to engage more targets, and in fact, I know we'll engage more targets. We have to continue to try and capture that planet. So we're going to trundle on in here at reasonable speed. We are fully patched up for the most part, except for our Phaser 3. And shield reinforcement is now going at full power. How much longer until that Phaser 3 is back? Oh, we have quite a ways actually to go on that. I thought for a moment we only had that left to fix, but nope, we've got a few more systems. How are we doing on power? 32 points of energy into that forward shield. Let's sap it for a little bit. I really don't like it when it does that. That bugs me. Because the phaser got repaired, so they needed more power for other things. So we're cruising on in now. We'll get ready for a massive pseudo... No, we don't need the pseudo barrage. He can't defend against it. So our enveloping plasma torpedoes will hit him quite heavily and quite hard. And you are targeted, yes, and you shall engage as you bear. Wonderful. So his heavy weapons should engage at any moment. There he goes. Two of them hit, and he did 16 damage with proximity torpedoes. They are hilariously strong. All right, get ready to engage at a range of 15. We don't need to change our defensive posture because he does not have any seeking weapons that will shoot at us, so the forward shield is fully intact. Prepare to engage with all the plasma. No, all the heavy plasma. With the light plasma, we need to be closer. Engage with the heavy plasma. Prepare the light plasma. And once we hit a range of 10, we shall engage with that. And 2, 1, get me to 9. Get me to 9 and I'll be satisfied. There we go. Following that up, phasers set to overload. If you've got anything, now's the time. And a little bit more damage chunking on in there. Range of 5, engaging with everything. Didn't manage to do quite what I wanted. That's not good. I'm gonna order you break formation, just engage. I don't need your help on this, I just need you to shoot. Actually, Marines, hey, give me this. I don't know if you can. And no, you couldn't. We just sent over 10 Marines to die. Because apparently he did not have much left to defend with. I was anticipating him being able to hold off just a little bit longer, but apparently not. 438 prestige, not bad at all. The tile is ours, but that's going to wrap up the episode for today, continuing to besiege 9-5, but it is holding off as best as it possibly can. We are currently getting right up next to Marak territory, so there is that, and we have almost completed an encirclement to block the Klingons off from being able to get to the heart of the Federation economy, which was exactly our plan all along. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.